So, hello everyone, this is July 24, 2022, the Hindu daily edition, and this is the Sunday. Okay, so let's see what are the most important news. First, we will identify them, followed by a detailed analysis of the same. Okay, monkeypox is a public health emergency. Okay, so have keep an eye on it. Okay, there is nothing here on this page. Okay, there is nothing here on this page. Just know this: a fungal pathogen is a major threat to jackfruit crop, right? So till now we didn't have anything here. Okay, so we come to the news page. Okay, okay, now let's see. Scientists flail hike in GST lab equipment. Farm budget helper, nothing here. After Green Deal, Russia hits Ukraine port. Mm-hmm. So till here, southern Iran. Okay, till page number 9, there is no news of relevance for examination, and this is the science and technology page that we do separately, right? The entire page. Okay, now FAQ is the best thing in Sunday's paper. We'll read this. Actually, we read the entire one. Okay, we read this also. We read this also. We read this also. Okay, so with this we come to end of identifying the most important news. Now let's go on and analyze the same. So as we know that there was no news before this FAQ, so let's start from this FAQ only. So we have seen that Russia and Ukraine has signed a deal in Turkey, right, for to end the or to ease the food crisis. Okay, how did the two countries at war arrive at agreement over grain export from Black Sea ports? Let's see. So February 24, war began between Russia and Ukraine to resume grain export from Black Sea port as part of deal negotiated by Union nation and Turkey. The UN has initiated talks in April 1 to unblock millions of tons of wheat and other food items stuck in Ukraine Black Sea ports that have been blockaded by Russia. Okay, so what had happened? UN has initiated talks to unblock the millions of tons of wheat and other food items stuck in Ukraine Black Sea port that has been blocked by Russia. The breakthrough appeared to have come in Russian Vladimir Putin summit meeting with Turkish counterpart Erdogan in Tehran last week. Okay, so it was signed in Tehran. No, it was not signed in Tehran. It was finalized there. The agreement signed separately by Russia and Ukraine with Turkey and the United Nations is expected to ease the looming global food crisis. Why is the agreement important? They came together. Russia and Ukraine together account for more than quarter of world wheat supply. Russia shares the global wheat export. The world's most widely grown crop is 20%. Okay, so world 20% wheat comes from Russia, while Ukraine accounts for 8%. So together 28%. About 50 countries depends upon Russia and Ukraine for more than 30% of their wheat imports. Beside wheat, Ukraine is world's 8th largest producer and 4th largest exporter of corn. Okay, accounting for 16% of global exports. Further, Ukraine, which produces 46% of sunflower seed and sunflower oil, is the world's largest exporter of sunflower oil. Ukraine war has therefore clearly hit one of the breadbasket of the world. This heaped additional pressure on global food prices, which were already under strain due to climate shock and COVID-19. The UN Food Price Index averaged 154.2 point in June, 23% higher than its value a year ago. Food price inflation has soared across economies in recent weeks. The export agreement, if implemented, would see Russian and Ukraine grain flowing back into the market, easing the prices. So, how did the war impacted the grain export? Before the war, Ukraine had a capacity to export 6 million tons of food items a month, mainly through Black Sea ports. Russia has since captured some Ukrainian ports, including Mariupol and Berdyansk, and enforced a blockade on ports that are still in Kiev control, including Odessa. According to Ukrainian authority, more than 20 million tons of grain are stuck in warehouses and containers, and they are not able to export them due to Russian blockade. A new harvesting season began, and the output is expected to be 60 million tons, a huge chunk of which are meant for export. Ukraine will run out of warehousing capacity unless it immediately starts export. Russia has rejected the criticism that its actions have caused food crisis. It says Ukraine has heavily mined the water around Odessa and Mykolaiv that have stopped vessels from anchoring these ports. Russia have also blamed Western sanctions for falling exports that has also contributed to food crisis. While the West says Russian food and fertilizer products were exempted from the sanctions, the financial sanctions have complicated the payments. Okay. So West will sanction only those things that they do not require. The things that they require, they never sanction that. And this is what we should understand. Okay. What are the terms of deal? The agreement has sought to address the concerns of both countries. Ukraine has been wary of removing sea mines because of Russian threat. Russia has enforced naval blockade on Ukraine port because it does not want Ukraine ship to smuggle in weapon. Okay, so what is the concern of Ukraine, sea mines, concern of Russia, smuggling of weapons via waters. According to deal, a joint coordination center will be set up in Istanbul, comprising officers of military personnel from Russia, Ukraine, Turkey, along with US representatives. The officers will check the vessels going to Ukraine port to make sure that they don't carry any weapon. The agreement does not call on Ukraine to demine its southern border, but specific routes from Odessa and other Ukrainian ports would be earmarked for the ships with grain to sail to Turkey's Bosphorus. So Bosphorus is a strait. Okay, joining this Kara Sea and no, it is Kara Strait. Bosphorus Strait is there that joins the two Turkeys, and if necessary, minesweeper can be brought in to clear the route of the port. The agreement reached at Istanbul in 19th century Ottoman palace Dolmabahce is a for a period of 120 days, which can be renewed. The plan is to allow Ukraine to export 5 million tons of grain a month, close to pre-war level, as part of UN framework. Russia is also expected to ramp up grain and fertilizer export. The US Treasury Department has said earlier that this month that buyer banks and insurance would be allowed to purchase Russian grain. Turkey, a NATO ally that hasn't joined Western sanctions against Russia, is called a deal path towards peace, but key to unblock the path lies in its implementation. Of course, yes. Okay, then let's see this controversy over GST levies on food. Why have pre-packed and labeled food item been brought under tax net now? What are the traders saying? Okay. So 5% GST has been levied on several food items and grain that are sold in pre-packed label form from even if they are not branded. So far, these items were include curd, lassi, buttermilk, puffed rice, wheat, pulses, oats, maize, and flour were exempted from GST net. The fresh tax levied have attracted an outcry from traders, as well as opposition party with proceedings in parliament monsoon session repeatedly disrupted over the issue. So 5% tax on unbranded packed food items were approved by GST Council and was part of the broader set of changes that GST structure do away with tax exemptions as well as concessional tax rate. Some of the other items to have lost their tax exemptions include bank check, map, and atlases. Okay, so some of the other items that lost their tax exemption status include bank checks, maps and atlases, hotel room that cost up to 1000 a night, and hotel room rents of over 5000 a day. While decision was signed off by the council, chaired by Nirmala Sitharaman after a 2-day meeting in Chandigarh last month. The ground for such changes in GST regime was set up in Council's previous regular meeting at Lucknow. During the meeting, the centre and state have decided the need to raise revenues from GST, which at time of its launch 5 years ago was premised on levying a revenue neutral rate of 15.5%. Official made a detailed presentation to show that several changes in rates since 2017 has brought down the effective rate to 11.6%. Soaring of GST revenue was driving force for council decision. One, to consider the step to rationalize the tax rates and correct anomalies, and another to tap technology to improve compliance. What was the anomaly? Anomaly was the inverted tax structure, right? The current rate changes stem from an interim report of first ministerial group. Okay, so what government said on the issue? On Thursday, Ms. Sitharaman hit out misconception about GST levied on food item and dismissed suggestions that they were imposed unilaterally by centre. The 5% levy said was critical to curb tax leakages and was not taken by one member of GST Council alone. as all the state has agreed to the move. She also pointed out that all affected food items, including wheat, pulses, rice, curd, lassi will be exempted from GST when sold loose. Okay. Okay, if it is not packed, then exempted. Means if you get a glass of lassi, it is exempted, but if you get a pouch of lassi, it is not exempted. Okay. The Revenue Department also clarified that pre-packed item weighing 25 kg would not weighing over 25 kg would not attract GST, while some states have now opposed the tax. The finance minister has asserted that all states, including opposition ruled states like West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, has agreed to the move in the council. The decision, she pointed out, was made with complete consensus, and all members of the council revenue officer have also noted that such item attracted tax in several states before GST regime was introduced. Okay, when GST was rolled out, a GST rate of 5% was applicable on all branded cereal, pulses, flour. Later, this was amended to tax only such items which are sold under a registered brand. Ms. Sitaraman said the tax exemption triggered rampant misuse by reputed manufacturer and brand owner, leading to gradual drop in revenues. What next? The government has said GST hike can be debated in Parliament once Ms. Sitaraman recovers from COVID-19 infection. The traders' body, the CAIT, has urged chief ministers to roll back the tax by holding an emergency meeting of GST Council, arguing 85% of the country consumers use such unbranded goods. Economics expert marginal expects a marginal impact on from these taxes on India's consumer inflation rate that has been now over 7%. One will have to wait for August retail inflation to inflation print to gauge the effect. The GST Council is also expected to meet again in August, where the issue may be ranked up afresh. Meanwhile, Karnataka CM has urged firms to avail input tax credit on packaging material rather than transfer the full 5% tax onto consumer. On Q, the Karnataka Milk Federation partially rolled back price hike for curd, lassi, buttermilk. How the majority of informal market players implemented this tax may be important factor in determining the next chapter of GST rate rationalization. Okay, so it is a topic of debate. That's true, because the country is already going through inflation curve, high inflation curve, and in that, if these things come, then this is a shock to the uh, I won't say to the entire economy, but yes, to the people it is definitely a shock, and thus this entire drama is unfolding. So we have to keep a look on it, how it unfolds, because many things have to be taken in perspective before reaching a decision. How will SC ruling on abortion impact women? Does the interpretation of the law allow unmarried women to avail healthcare services unlike before? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So Supreme Court of India allowed unmarried women to end her pregnancy as 24 weeks after Delhi High Court refused to allow it, citing provisions of MTP. The top court said if medicine board assessed the pregnancy test could be terminated without any harm to the mother, then she could go ahead. Okay, why? What was the High Court position? 25-year-old unmarried woman came to Supreme Court on appeal that after Delhi High Court turned down her plea to have MTP because of the terms of her relationship with her partner had changed. Her plea was that she had an consensual relationship with her partner, but he has refused to marry her after she discovered her pregnancy at about 22 weeks. But unmarried and raising a child carries a stigma in the society, and therefore she would like to terminate her pregnancy. The Delhi High Court has taken the view that she was unmarried, and since MTP allowed only married women to terminate the pregnancy after 20 weeks, she would not be eligible to get abortion. The court said it would amount to killing the fetus since she was in 23rd week of her pregnancy. As today, Rule 3B of MTP stands, and this court, while exercising its power under Article 226 of Constitution, cannot go beyond the statute. The bench of Justice Sachit Sharma and Mr. Prasad, Justice Prasad suggested she gave birth to the child and offer up child for adoption. We will ensure that she is kept somewhere in a safe hospital and she can deliver and go. There is a big queue for adoption. Everything will be looked after by government of India or the government of Delhi or some good hospital. If the government does not pay, I am there to pay, Justice Sharma said. Okay. What the Supreme Court decide? The Supreme Court, however, took an expansive view of the issue. The bench of Justice Chandrachud, Suryakant, and Bopanna said MTP Act was amended in 2021 has the word partner instead of husband, exhibiting the intention of the law of the land to not confine it only to marital relationship. The judge said the petitioner cannot deny the benefit of the law on the ground that she was unmarried. Okay, so this is very important thing. Why? Because of Article 21 being involved here, and doing so would be contrary to the object and spirit of the legislation. So the object and spirit of the legislation. Okay, the judges noted compassionately that the woman had also stated that she was eldest of the five sibling of a in a family of agriculturists and had a BA degree without an adequate income. This would make it difficult for her to raise the child by herself. Further, a bench directed the director of AIMS to set up medical board of two doctors to examine the woman to determine as if it was safe and not risk to the life of woman to terminate the pregnancy. What lies ahead? While disallowing her petition, the Delhi High Court ordered notice to government on women contention that not allowing unmarried women to get rid of her unwanted pregnancy as per was per se discriminatory. As the MTP Act, all women are allowed to get MTP before 20 weeks, but only certain category of women are allowed to have abortion between 20 to 24 weeks. Survivors of rape, what are the exceptions? Look, minor and a married woman whose relationship status has altered during the period. The Supreme Court expansion of the law to include unmarried women as per the part of MTP Act has given women a similar circumstances in similar circumstances an option to now access healthcare services without having to travel long legal route to the top court every time. Okay, so this is a positive step as far as I would say. Fine, let's see what is this about. Okay, farm panel deadlock. Okay, Union Agriculture and Farmer Welfare Ministry formed a committee headed by former Agriculture Secretary to promote zero budget based farming, to change crop pattern keeping in mind changing needs of the country, and to make MSP more effective and transparent as promised by Prime Minister. Okay, the three slots were kept vacant in 28-member committee to accommodate nominations of SKM, an umbrella body of about 300 farmer organizations that spearheaded protest against three farm laws with agenda not meeting with the agenda not mentioning making a law on MSP. SKM rejected government offer and said it would not send any of its representatives to the panel. This is wrong. Okay, they should have sent representatives to the final panel and then they should have debated about it. Okay, let's see what else. Why is farmer? What is farmer organization? Why is farmer organization upset? Since the repeal of law, the center communicated with SKM on formation of panel and sought name. SKM wanted to know the terms of references of proposed committee, names and details of other organizations and individuals who will be included in the committee, the chairman and so forth. The SKM claims that there was no replies on the queries and called for nationwide protest. The day of monsoon session of parliament began. The SKM said that the central hurriedly announced committee to escape question in parliament about the delay. The Union Agriculture Minister, however, said the formation of committee was stalled due to non-receipt of name of the representative from SKM. The SKM, which faced minor split recently, is upset that former Agriculture Secretary is chairman of the panel as he was at the helm when Centre launched the three farm law as ordinances. It also alleged that Niti Aayog member Ramesh Chandra, who is in the panel, was the main advocate of the farm law. Economists C. S. C. Shekhar and Sukhpal Singh has been against giving legal status to MSP, the SKM argues. Both factions of SKM also allege that 5 members representing other farmer associations are either directly associated with BJP or RSS or support their policy. What is the government stand? According to the centre, it has not promised the SKM committee to ensure MSP. The government has assured the formation of committee to make MSP more effective and transparent, to promote natural farming and to change crop pattern. Accordingly, a committee has been constituted consisting of representatives of farmers, central government, state government, agriculture economists, scientists, etc. What do farmers want? The farmers want legal guarantees of MSP, which should be as per recommendation of MS Swaminathan formula C2. Input cost of farming including land value plus 50% of withdrawal of all cases against the farmer who participated in plus 50%. This is stated here. Okay. Withdrawal of all cases against farmer who participated in protest and resignation of Minister of State for Home Affairs Ajay Teni over Lakhimpur Kheri incident. On this demand, SKM started nationwide protest from July 19. It also points out that there is no mention of making law and MSP in the agenda of the committee. This question will not be placed before the committee. Some items have been put in the agenda which government committee is already established. In name of reform in agriculture marketing, an item has been inserted through which the government can try to bring back the 3 black laws. What is MSP on the key crop now? 22 mandated agricultural crop are there, and FRP on sugarcane on basis of recommendation of CACP after considering view of state government, okay, and central ministry and department. 22 mandated crops include 14 kharif crop, paddy, jowar, bajra, maize, ragi, tur, moong, urad, groundnut, soybean, sunflower, cotton, and 6 rabi crop, wheat, barley, gram, masoor, and mustard. 2 commercial crop, jute and copra. Okay. What happens next? Farmer argue that MSP is much less than the C2 plus 50 formula, but center say it is that there is substantial improvement in income of a farmer as there is a consistent increase in MSP. The struggle for legal guarantee of MSP to ensure fair price for the crop to the farmer will continue, says SKM. Okay. So this was the FAQ page for you. A very informative page, FAQ page, as always. And I think with this we come to end of today's newspaper. Only a page we have to read, and science section, as you all know, we do it separately. Okay. So with this we come to end of today's newspaper analysis. I hope you like it. If you like it, consider subscribing the channel, liking the content, commenting, and sharing it with the friends and all the needy people. Okay. So it's time to take a part from you and say a goodbye. So goodbye all. Good luck, study hard, and Jai Hind.
So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams, and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.